Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let's wait a moment before we get started. I hope we're all doing well today. As you know, my name is Cassandra, and today I'll be talking to you about a more serious topic, and that is wealth inequality. That's a problem all over the world, and I often hear people in Korea talking about it. They like to use expressions like gold, silver, bronze, wooden, I'm forgetting another, plastic, and dirt, spoons, to describe somebody's social status based on how much money they make. So I wanted to talk to you about that today. Excuse me. Oh, good. We have some students here. Excellent. Jaebang, good morning. I'm so glad to see you here. If anyone else is here, please write a message, say hi before we get started. Usually we broadcast in the afternoons, but we have other department live streams happening. So today we have a really jam-packed schedule. We're starting early. It's great to see everyone here today. Hi. Looks like it's just a few of us so far, but don't worry. How are you doing today? Oh, good. We have a few more people coming in, I see. Hi, everyone. Hello, everybody. Okay. So far, so good. I love that expression. Me too. Excellent. So, as I was saying, in Korea, we often have this spoon ranking system. Kibyung, hi. Welcome back. Very good. So, but in the West, we don't have all of the spoons. We don't say someone is gold, bronze, wooden, plastic, or dirt spoon. We just simply refer to having a silver spoon. And I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Let's greet a few more students. Ann Sehyuk, hello there. Welcome. And Apple, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Okay, so I will show you this expression. I hope you can see it. We say, if somebody is very rich or wealthy, they are born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or he was born or she was born with a silver spoon in her or his mouth. So we just have that one spoon to represent all of the wealthy, rich people. So just silver spoon. Why, you may ask? Honestly, I don't have the best answer. My guess is that in the past, when this expression originated, wealthy people, the rich families, let's think of the dukes, the duchesses, the kings, queens, princesses, these very rich people ate with silver spoons. They didn't use gold, even though gold is higher than silver, just because of practicality. Gold is reserved for other things, jewelry, crowns. So if you were rich, the most expensive item you could use would be the silver spoon, not the gold one. So we have that expression. And when I came to Korea, I was so amazed by the different spoon ranking systems, but we'll talk more about that later. Apple, thank you so much. Okay, so I hope that in today's lesson, you can learn some new useful expressions to talk about money, whether you're completely loaded, that means very rich, or completely broke, that means lacking money. So hopefully you'll find the right expression for you. We'll also talk about phrasal verbs that we can use when discussing money. And as usual, we'll end with a quiz. So let's get started, everyone. As to remind you, our topic is wealth inequality, and I need your help. Let's break down that term. My first question for you, so please get ready to type, what is wealth? I'll repeat it. What is wealth? I'll put the question in our chat room here. Who can give a great definition? What is wealth when we talk about wealth? He or she is so wealthy. They have a lot of wealth. Helen, I love money, smiley face. Yes, me too. An Se-hyuk says Korea also uses that expression about the spoons, right? Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, everyone. So what is wealth? How can we give a good explanation or definition of wealth? Richness, says Helen. Thank you. Yes, being very rich. Rich means having a lot of money. You could even interpret it as having a lot of resources, possessions, assets. Assets are things that are really expensive to buy, and they can be sold later. Maybe they can also earn you some money. So assets could be your house, perhaps an investment, car, boat, these large purchases. Right, wealth. Good job. Apple says an abundance of valuable possessions or money. Yes, excellent. Eddie Jack says money talks. It certainly does. Great. I really like this topic, everybody. So wealth, it's just like being rich. There could be a small difference between wealthy and rich. The small subtlety, so the very tiny difference, is that wealth is sustainable. Sustainable means it can last a long time. Richness or riches, being rich, maybe we could think of it as a little bit short term. So somebody becomes rich from winning the lottery. Suddenly they have a lot of money. And wealth, we think of it more as money that's very long term, maybe a family who has a lot of money and they pass that money down to their children, their children's children, all through the generations. So that's the tiny difference between rich and wealthy, but most native speakers use those words interchangeably. Oh, he's so rich. Oh, she's so wealthy. About the same meaning. So don't worry too much, but if you were interested, that's the small, subtle difference, everyone. We have more students coming in with answers. Wealthy is being able, having the ability to buy anything we want. Excellent. Aha, okay. So I see that some of you like that explanation. Awesome. Okay, everyone. So wealth inequality. What does inequality mean? We don't say unequality. We say inequality in English. I'll type the question here. What does the word inequality mean? So English is always a little bit tricky. We can say that something is unequal. But if we're dealing with more social situations, we like to use the term inequality, right? So in math, we could say this and this are unequal. But if we're talking about finances, the economics of some situation, inequality. Good job. Yes, Anne Sehyuk. Excellent. Of course, inequality means different. So some different balance. So when we put them together, wealth inequality, we're talking about the differences, how things are not exactly balanced between the rich and the poor, right? We talk about the distribution of income. Distribution means how the income, the money that people earn from working is distributed, is shared, is spread out. So wealth inequality deals with maybe a difference in income distribution and the distribution of wealth. We can also talk about the inequality between people, the wealth inequality between people in a society, or even between countries. So this is a pretty big topic, but I just want to give you a few expressions today that you can use when you're talking about money in your daily life in English. Apple says, difference in size, degree, circumstance is a lack of equality. Thank you. Yes, Konayim, I hope I said that well. Unfairness, excellent word. Well spoken, or well typed, I should say. Helen Jung, having a gap between two things. Excellent. I like that word, a gap. Lovely. Oh, and there's a comment on my hair. Thank you. When you have long hair, it sometimes gets in your face, right? It distracts you. So now it's back. Okay, everyone. So what is your attitude toward money? Are you absolutely broke? Do you scrimp and save to live within your means? Or do you have a lot of disposable income? Are you completely loaded like a billionaire? And do you like to splurge on expensive things? These are some of the words we're going to talk about next. So let's zoom over here. I hope you can see. Very good. All right, we have 3 expressions here. Everyone, give me a thumbs up if you can see or just an okay, because I'm not quite sure if it's legible to you. Let's see if we can go back a bit more. How about now? Can we see? Can we see items 1, 2, and 3? Apple says okay. Anyone else? Okay, yes. Kim Min, thank you. Okay. Anyone else? All right. Yes, lovely, everyone. Thank you. Oh, someone sent an emoji that is so cute. Jaebang. All right. So, our first one today. To be broke. Broke simply means to lack money. And we could use this in a sentence like, I am completely broke. I was so broke last year. The family is completely broke, like this. So why don't we try to use to be broke in a sentence, everyone? So broke, again, you could think of the idea of something is broken, like your money situation. Your wallet is broken. But we wouldn't say I am broken in English. That could have a different meaning. We say I'm so broke. I have no money. So let's try. Oh, good, Eddie Jack. Yeah, it's just like being bankrupt. Bankrupt is when you are completely out of money. And I believe well, I'm not sure about that process in Korea, but I think in Western countries, you need to maybe alert the authorities on that situation, maybe tell the bank that you deal with, and they will try to start your life again at maybe zero money, something like that. Fortunately, I don't have a lot of experience in that domain, but yes, bankrupt means out of money, just like being broke, right? I think bankrupt could be a little more serious since it's a financial term and it's related to, completely having nothing. To be broke, we don't have the exact details. We don't know if you have gone to the bank to declare bankruptcy yet. So that could be the stage before being bankrupt. To break the bank. Yes, that's an awesome expression. Yes, so that one's a little bit different. When you say something broke the bank, it means that something was so expensive and maybe it caused you a financial burden. So if I said, my new car really broke, excuse me, the bank. My new car really broke the bank. That means maybe I couldn't afford. That means maybe I didn't have the ability to pay for that thing. So it almost made me completely poor. Or paying for my son's university tuition, like their school fee, their university tuition really broke the bank. That means it was too expensive for me. Apple, I think we're going to be broke. Yes, that's used very well. Penniless. Yes, I like that expression. It's a sad expression, but it is correct, right? Being broke is being penniless. On that note, I'll move on to number 2. Let's look at number 2. To scrimp and save. Now, that's kind of an older expression, but people still say it. I think we all know save. That one is easy, right? You're saving your money. You're saving your resources. Scrimp, I can't think of an instance when a native speaker would say scrimped today. So it's a really outdated word. Scrimp means to scrimp, to, for example, count your pennies, to be extremely wise, and we get this word here, frugal. Frugal means that you are very, very conscious. You're paying a lot of attention to your money, right? So when we combine those together, scrimp and save, we say to scrimp and save. That represents something or some process of saving your money and only spending a little bit when it's absolutely necessary. So we could say, I scrimped and saved to buy my house. That means I saved up all my money. I was very frugal. I was very resourceful. So that's to scrimp and save. Why don't we try? Sorry, I just saw a joke come in. Scrimp sounds a lot like shrimp, the food, like seiyu. So a student wrote, I feel like to have some shrimp. I want to eat shrimp. That's what happens when we have a lesson so close to lunchtime, right? Great joke. Scrimp. to scrimp and save, everyone. So could you please use it in a sentence? I would love to hear what you have to say. Helen says, I have money as much as I need when I am really grateful. Okay, I think that, yeah, that's a great attitude toward money. We're going to be talking about that later. Anyone else with scrimp and save in a sentence? Apple. We had to scrimp and save the first few years when we were married. Excellent. Yes, that sounds like a common situation for newlyweds, young married couples. Great. Yes, that's perfect. We could say, my grandfather scrimped and saved to buy our family house. Or I was scrimping and saving so much last year in order to afford the car that I bought, something like that. So you can notice that we obviously can modify the sentence to fit the tense we're working in. Anyone else? Do you scrimp and save? I have no money, so I have to scrimp. Yes. And save. Yes, you can say that. You don't need to say scrimp and save. You can also just say scrimp. That's fine too. I understand your sentence. Right. Good job. That's grammatically correct. So that student brought up a good point. You can cut off the save part, but a lot of native speakers just use those things together. So like if you're scrimping, you're kind of trying to gather money and not spending it. By nature, you're also saving. So those two are a bit related. Konya says, I hope I don't have to scrimp and save when I'm much older. That's right. Yes. Planning for your retirement and etc. Your older years are so important, and nobody wants to be scrimping and saving when they are in their golden years. Their golden years are their older years, right? So after your retirement, once you've stopped working. Good job.